So hello and welcome back to the land. Goodness knows what episode this is now, but I just wanted to share with you what we have added in to this glorious space. I mean, as you can see, the weeds are proliferating, so we have a bit of a battle on our hands. Excuse the wind and the traffic noise, it's the weather's on the turn, but it was forecast. Anyway, we got very lucky, and on the way to a spot of work we came across a roadside plant sale. So we have here Helianthus lemon queen. It's a perennial sunflower. Should get about 2 meters tall, have some very nice blooms on that. This is, of course, the lupin, and this will come back each year. Just a note, if you do have lupins in your garden and you have one flush of flowers, once they have finished, if you cut them back, you will get a second flush out of them. This is Alcaminus. A lot of people consider it a weed. It's a lady's herb, so if you have issues with menstruation or menopause, you can actually put these leaves into a tincture or a tea, and that will help regulate your hormones. We've got some lovely Alpine Strawberries here. This is a plantain, so you're probably used to seeing the green version. Grows everywhere, common weed, but very, very tasty. And this is also known as miner's lettuce. Other name is winter purslane. Very, very tasty plant, and I rather like how it looks. The leaves are very pretty. We've got our first crop of strawberries coming in there. I think those are Cambridge favourites. There's some of our own strawberries from our allotment here. This is big ears. This is the giant version of the lamb's ears, which is a beautiful creeping plant. It spreads everywhere and it's got super soft leaves, and I just love the silvery blue colour. So we've got the big ears there. We've got some Aqualegia, which will spread everywhere, and over time, as they proliferate, they change colours and you get various shades of purple and even reds, yellows, all sorts. One of my favourite flowers there. The potatoes have come up really well. They seem to be really happy. We've been putting a lot more mulch down, as you can see. The honeysuckle is doing incredibly well. I've actually had to bind it now onto the trellis. And oh yes, we also have just there, we've got 2 honeyberries, which are the edible honeysuckle. They produce berries. They don't climb, they bush out like a shrub, so you don't actually need any climbing apparatus for it. And in here, it might look bare, but it's not. We have several crowns of dahlias in there, and dahlias, you can actually eat them, but I rather just like them as blooms. So it's going really well, slow progress. I think Kate gets frustrated because she wants to do much more than what we can do as just 2 people, but I'm happy just getting what we can done in a day and keep coming back and keep chipping away at it. This is a recent buy in Wilco's. It's a nice little compost bin. I've got some biochar mixed in with a few other little bits and pieces, mostly nettles, and I've got a compost starter back up at the shed, which I will be putting in. A few other things that are doing really well. The lemon balm has just gone mad. I love lemon balm, great in tea again, but it's also very good for the birds and the bees. We've got an Artemesia, that's wormwood there. So this is actually what you put in absinthe, but also the common use for it is actually in the name. It's anti-parasitic, so in certain amounts you can actually cure parasite problems. Everything's doing really well along here. Currants are doing well. We are just pulling up bracken. You should really use gloves, but as you can see, I just wanted to prove how easy that was to get up, and the whole thing comes up. You just put it on the ground, let it dry out, and then you add it to your compost. Kate's borage is just about to flower, so we're going to get lots of bees, I think. The blueberries are doing well, the fennel's happy. These are Jerusalem artichokes here, but I call them, rather rudely, I call them fartichokes, because when you eat them, they have a high hit of inulin, and one of the perhaps more embarrassing side effects is it does make you break wind a lot. So yeah, don't serve them up at a party, folks. Do it when you're on your own. We've got ochre here. This is part of the oxalis family, or shamrock family, and it's got a little tubers on the bottom that you eat. Very, very tasty, sort of like a lemony, appley flavour depending on the variety. We've got ramps coming up here, so I don't think you can see them very well. Ramps. Lavender's starting to do okay. It's a bit slower than I'd hoped. Got some rhubarb. The goji berry's doing well. Something decided to massacre our catmint, but I've just cut it right back and it'll backbud now, so that's doing really well. The artichokes has come out of nowhere, which is fantastic. I don't know if the tiny little spear of asparagus survived, but we'll see. We'll see if anything comes up. But these are all potatoes, and yeah, it's starting to get there. I think we've just got so much wood chip to work with. We're basically slowly piling behind the tyres, and then we'll add on the topsoil. But it's all money, and I think at the moment, with prices being so high for things, it's been a bit of a struggle for us to get everything that we want done. But actually the next step is we are going to be buying a 2-in-1 or a 4-in-1 brush cutter, so it comes with various blades and fittings, so that I can just go down and clear all this and keep the weeds at bay. And it's just started raining, which is forecast, but I'm happy because I did put in a load of plants and I saved a few strawberries from Wilco's that had just been left just to die, and they were bone dry. They were still clinging on to life, and I thought, poor babies, and I've stuck them in the ground down here, so we should get lots of strawberries proliferating, which is fantastic. This is Kate's, I think that's the winterberry, and that there is the lingonberry or ligonberry. So we've got two berries there, but I'm really excited to see what colours we get from the dahlias. They were already starting to sprout, so we should have some really nice blooms by about late July into October, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I think that's it for now. We're having a really good time. I think it's really grounding for us. Kate's just trying to work around her willow whips because the plastic failed. The wind, as you can see, picked it up and snapped a few of them. So what can you do, huh?
I'm going to have to do each one individually, which sucks.
So if you didn't catch that, she said she has to do each one individually, which sucks. So yeah, it does suck, but that's what we're going to have to do. It's all a learning curve, and we're getting there. Anyway, I'll love you and leave you guys. Bye.